What is an emergency fund? Good question. Rich Horse will explain everything with horseshoes, so you understand why this is the most important part of personal finance. An emergency fund is a pile of horseshoes saved specifically for unexpected situations. Imagine Rich Horse living peacefully in the stable, eating hay, trotting happily. Then suddenly, bam! Stable roof collapses, horse gets sick, or loses job at the ranch. Without emergency horseshoes, horse is in big trouble. Most horses think emergency fund is boring. Horse wants to invest in exciting things, stocks, crypto, real estate. But Rich Horse knows the truth. Emergency fund is the foundation of everything. Without foundation, beautiful stable collapses at first storm. Emergency fund is like insurance policy that horse owns completely. When life kicks horse in the stomach, emergency horseshoes cushion the blow. Horse doesn't need to panic, doesn't need to borrow money, doesn't need to sell investments at worst possible time. But attention, Rich Horse needs to warn about common mistakes. First mistake, horse thinks credit card is emergency fund. If emergency happens, I'll just use credit card. Wrong. Credit card charges high interest, creates debt burden, and banks can cancel credit anytime. Real emergency fund uses horse's own money. Second mistake, horse invests emergency fund in risky assets. I'll put emergency money in stock so it grows faster. Terrible idea. When emergency happens, stock market might be down 30%. Horse would be forced to sell at loss exactly when needs money most. Third mistake, horse doesn't define what constitutes real emergency. Horse uses emergency fund for vacation, new TV, or sale at saddle store. Real emergencies are job loss, major medical expenses, home repairs, car breakdown. Shopping desires are not emergencies. Now let's understand how much horse should save in emergency fund. Financial experts recommend 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But Rich Horse thinks this depends on horse's situation. Conservative horse might need 12 months. Risk-taking horse might be comfortable with 3 months. To calculate emergency fund size, horse needs to know monthly essential expenses. These include stable rent or mortgage, hay and oats, insurance, transportation, minimum debt payments. Not included, entertainment, dining out, luxury grooming, premium saddles. Let's say horse spends $3,000 per month on essentials. Emergency fund should be between $9,000 and $18,000. Seems like a lot of horseshoes, but this amount provides incredible peace of mind. Horse sleeps better knowing financial security exists. Where should horse keep emergency fund? Safety and liquidity are priorities, not growth. Best options are high-yield savings accounts, money market accounts, or certificates of deposit with short terms. Horse needs access to money within few days maximum. Avoid keeping emergency fund in checking account used for daily expenses. Too easy to accidentally spend. Better to open separate savings account at different bank. Creates small barrier that prevents impulsive use. Building emergency fund takes time and discipline. Horse should start small. Even $500 makes difference. Then systematically save portion of each paycheck until reaching full target amount. Rich Horse suggests automated transfers to make saving effortless. If horse is paying high-interest debt like credit cards, should still build small emergency fund first. Maybe $1,000 to $2,000. This prevents creating more debt when small emergencies happen. After basic emergency fund exists, focus intensely on debt payoff. Psychology of emergency fund is powerful. When horse knows financial cushion exists, decision-making improves dramatically. Horse takes more career risks, negotiates better salaries, leaves toxic work environments. Financial security enables courage. Emergency fund also prevents poor financial decisions during stress. Horse loses job and panics. Without emergency fund, horse might cash out retirement accounts, borrow against home, or take predatory loans. All terrible options that create long-term financial damage. Real-life examples show emergency fund value. Horse gets laid off during economic recession. Company eliminates entire department. Horse with emergency fund has time to find good replacement job, maybe even negotiate better salary. Horse without fund takes first desperate offer. Another example. Horse's car breaks down and needs major repair costing $3,000. Horse with emergency fund pays cash, shops around for best mechanic, gets quality repair. Horse without fund puts repair on high-interest credit card or gets predatory auto loan. Medical emergencies especially benefit from emergency fund. Horse gets sick and can't work for months. Health insurance covers medical bills but not lost income. Emergency fund replaces paycheck during recovery period. Horse focuses on healing instead of financial stress. Home ownership makes emergency fund even more crucial. Horses rent apartment, landlord handles repairs. Horse owns stable, horse pays when roof leaks, furnace breaks, or foundation cracks. Emergency fund prevents home emergencies from becoming financial disasters. Parents especially need robust emergency funds. Young foals get sick unexpectedly, need special care, create unplanned expenses. Single-parent horses need even larger emergency funds since no financial partner exists to share burden. Freelancers and gig economy horses need largest emergency funds. Income varies dramatically month to month. During slow periods, emergency fund covers living expenses until business improves. Stable job horses have more predictable income. Common question: should emergency funds sit in inflation-fighting investments? Answer is no. Emergency fund purpose is security and accessibility, not growth. Horse should have separate investment accounts for long-term wealth building. Emergency fund reduces need for insurance in some cases. Horse with large emergency fund might choose higher deductibles on car and home insurance, lowering monthly premiums. Emergency horseshoes cover deductible if needed. Tax considerations matter little for emergency funds. Interest earned will be minimal anyway. Don't let tax optimization complicate simple emergency fund strategy. Focus on safety and liquidity above all else. Should horse ever use emergency fund? Only for true emergencies that meet criteria: unexpected, necessary, urgent. Job loss qualifies. Vacation does not. Medical emergency qualifies. New iPhone does not. When horse does use emergency fund, priority becomes rebuilding it immediately. Cut discretionary spending, increase savings rate, direct windfalls toward fund replenishment. Don't leave financial foundation damaged. Advanced strategy. Horse can ladder emergency fund in different accounts. Keep 1 month expenses in checking, 3 months in high-yield savings, remaining months in longer-term but still liquid investments. Provide small return while maintaining access. Some horses use money market funds or ultra-short-term bond funds for portion of emergency fund. These provide slightly better returns than savings accounts while remaining very low risk. But complexity increases, so beginners should stick to savings accounts. Rich horse believes emergency fund is financial game changer. Horse without emergency fund lives in constant financial anxiety. Unexpected expense creates panic, poor decisions, debt spirals. Horse with emergency fund handles life's curveballs with confidence. Emergency fund enables other wealth-building strategies. Horse knows basic security exists, so can take calculated investment risks. Can afford to be patient with long-term investments instead of panic selling during downturns. Career benefits are massive. Horse with emergency fund can leave bad job, negotiate from position of strength, take career risks that lead to higher income. Financial security enables professional courage. Emergency fund also improves relationships. Money stress destroys marriages and friendships. Horse with financial cushion has less stress, makes better relationship decisions, can help family and friends during their emergencies. Building emergency fund requires sacrifice and patience. Horse must live below means, delay gratification, resist lifestyle inflation. But these same skills create long-term wealth and financial independence. Start today, even with small amount. Every dollar saved moves horse closer to financial security. Emergency fund isn't sexy like growth stocks or real estate, but it's foundation that enables everything else. Remember, horse without emergency fund is one crisis away from financial disaster. Horse with emergency fund has options, time, and peace of mind. Which horse do you want to be? Conclusion: emergency fund transforms horse's entire financial life. Provides security, enables courage, prevents poor decisions during stress, and creates foundation for wealth building. Every horse needs one, starting immediately. Emergency fund is like strong, stable foundation. Can't see it, not glamorous, but everything else depends on it. Horse with solid emergency fund foundation can build magnificent financial stable that weathers any storm. Did you understand emergency funds? Now share this video and subscribe to Rich Horse channel to see more content about financial horseshoes and learn everything about money in the equine world.